Songwriter Soup.
Yeah, I just started writing songs in our apartment in Antioch, and it kind of was a little bit of like an oh no moment where I was like, oh, I really like this and I have a good job and I have health insurance.
Healthy recipes for not losing your mind and your money in the songwriter business.
Eventually, like my bosses found out. I had to take like an HR, like a conflict of interest thing, and I failed the test.
We never know where we're going to start. We never know where we're going to end.
Welcome to Songwriter Soup. Laura tried to lead me there, but not everything in my time, folks.
That's right. Take your time.
I think I said it, but welcome to Songwriter Soup. But that's okay. I'm a welcoming person, and I want everyone to feel like if they missed it, and then they didn't miss it.
Right.
But we missed you since the last time we saw each other.
This is actually a time where we can say we're back because we haven't been on this couch in a while.
But they don't know that
couches.
Because this is coming out in just the regular cadence.
Kevin has perfectly said
as if there were a regular cadence to this
literally.
show.
We have to say happy every holiday because we really don't know when.
And then you just
And
we'll
we'll
just kind of
release
do
it
what we
whenever
do.
the-
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And we don't really know when we're going to have our next one.
That's right.
Merry Christmas.
Exactly.
Merry Christmas,
If you want to
everybody.
reference any global events that are happening, be pretty vague.
Yeah, be vague. Remember the thing? Oh my God!
Oh.
Wow.
Can you
I
believe
loved
that
watching
happened?
that on television.
That's
we
actually
have-
too specific. We might not have TV by the time this comes
Okay.
out.
That's
a great point.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Back on the rails, the songwriter Soupian rails. Lauren Hungate is here, and I'm so thrilled.
Yay, I'm so excited.
It's so thrilling that you're here. I feel like the guests have been this interesting, like meandering type. Like the first ones were Tracy's clients and people that I knew really well because we were like, people we're comfortable with. Let's get cozy. And now it's like, I'm literally like just so happy. There's another woman. There are several actually killing it right now, but just to see another lady like killing it out there is just so fun.
That's so sweet.
And I'm really happy that you were available.
I'm so excited to be here.
chat.
And I know both of you, which is like
Yeah.
the best.
I know. And Kevin is also
And
the
now I
best.
know Kevin.
And now Kevin's also here. It's really neat watching you do your thing. I've written with you. I know your thing. Like I get your thing. And
Can you explain it to me?
I know. I want to know.
I don't really know.
there is a very specific craftsmanship that you bring to the room. And it's really lovely, I'm guessing, for you that the songs that are winning for you are excellent. I remember this like fear when I first got here that like the ones that I hated or the ones that I thought were terrible would be the ones that would stick to the wall. And I felt really lucky. Like my first couple of hits, I was like, oh my God.
The ones you love.
This represents me. Like this is what I like, Do you feel that way about the ones that are sticking? Because I feel like I would be really proud if I wrote the songs that stick, in your career.
I think so. I think I think you just really don't know. It sounds so bad.
No.
But there's
so
been
true.
there's been songs where I'm like, this is it. This is the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll come out and no one cares. And then there's other songs where I'm like, I will say there's hasn't been one yet where I'm like, I hate that song.
Yeah.
And it's done well, but there has been ones that I feel pretty neutral about.
Yeah.
That have done well, where I'm like, oh, I'm shocked.
It's
so hard to get an outside cut, and that's the
No.
outside cut I got.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is a fair statement. I want to say this actually excites me because if you think the work you're putting out is interesting, it makes me go, oh, then what the fuck do you have up your sleeves?
Well, I also
It
think
makes me excited because I know that feeling of like my best songs still haven't been cut. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
I'm like, dear God.
I also think my taste, though, I like two types. And this is like, I'm being so honest and earnest in this. Like, what I like listening to is only two types of songs.
Tell me.
I like deeply upsetting. Like, I like very upsetting, or I like upbeat, trashy.
Okay.
And those are the only two types of songs that I like. And I don't really like listening to anything else.
Do you write those songs?
I love when I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's like 2 days out of the month that I get to write those, but
can you give us an example? Like, what's your favorite, or what's like an example of like a deeply upsetting great song?
A deeply upsetting song. Okay, but it doesn't always have to be romantic either.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so like there's like The House That Built Me, which is like nostalgia, deeply upsetting.
Also
yes, there's Can't Make You Love Me.
Yeah.
There's
Fast Car. I was going to say
Fast
it's very
Car?
upsetting, actually.
Very
Like,
upsetting,
deeply.
but also like it's not strict Whiskey Lullaby.
oh,
Like I like
jump off a building. I mean,
I
that's
love
sad.
that. I love that. And
Yeah.
then trashy upbeat like Mama's Broken Heart, Miranda.
Let's go.
Like
And by trashy, you mean
crazy.
like crazy.
I
Like
like
Crazy.
I like
Yeah.
a crazy
Me too.
woman song.
Aesthetically crazy.
It's-
Aesthetically
this.
crazy. Like I love Brandy Clark. She's one of my Brandy Clark and Shane McAnally are two.
Heroes.
They can write.
Luke Laird, like
Yes.
that vein, because it's deeply upsetting
Yeah.
or it's crazy.
Well, it's funny you're kind of mentioning the Casey Musgraves like
Trope.
holster
Uh-huh.
of guns. Like she has those guys in her. Like I get it. I totally get what you mean.
Yeah.
And I love that because I love both of those types of songs.
I love it.
And it's really fun when those songs. This is I'm curious if you think this. There are certain songs. I've said this on stages before where I'm trying to get the community to take bigger risks on writing like songs that aren't necessarily like she bops. You know what I mean? Like I get bops. I love a bop. I die for a bop. It's my favorite in a lot of ways. But those songs that really will like stir you sometimes only need to be heard once.
Totally.
And in the day and age we're in, this is what I said on this speech. I did this Grammy speech and I was like, one could claim that that's an actually like a stronger song than the ones that want to get played over and over again. Because if you only need to hear it once, that's a powerful song, you know?
Mhm.
It
And
sits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, we don't really have, as writers, incentive to write those. Because if someone only needs to hear it once, that's one stream.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm deeply disturbed by the idea of those songs going away. And I wonder, like, Whiskey Lullaby is a really interesting example of a song that destroys you, but somehow people wanted to hear it over and over.
I think that there
again.
has to be some type of where you can have both. Like it's like one of those, it's like a movie where people like the general audience likes it and the critics like it. Or like a
Yes.
restaurant where like foodies love it
Yes.
and normal people love it.
There's a kids menu.
Because there's a chicken tenders.
Yeah, they need the chicken tenders on there.
There has to be like I think it's so rare though.
Yeah.
Like those type of songs that you get both. I think
To
it's possible.
set those as your golden
Yeah,
standard
totally.
is smart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like most of my favorite songwriters cite the songs you just mentioned as like the tippity toppity. We had Brandy Clark on and we talked to her endlessly about this type of song, and
I'm very obsessed with her.
I am too.
I've only written with her once, but she is like this mythical thing to me.
I completely agree. I was lucky. I met her before she was Brandy Clark. She was just a girl named Brandy Clark who wrote songs by herself in this, I don't remember where it was. It was in Berry Hill. And I had just started out and someone was like, "You're both girls. You should," you know. But I got to write with her before.
Never happens.
Yeah.
What a job to
I
have
get
to
it.
be that
I get
guy.
it.
I know.
I don't know.
You know. But yeah, it was a really neat thing to watch her rise and to also, even though to you being younger and newer at the just timing wise, it's really interesting that someone like you needed her because there were many forks in the road for her that could have led her to being like, nah, the artist thing's not for me. I mean, she talked about him, you know, at length, and I thought it was really interesting. It's like she was taking a risk, weirdly.
Mhm.
Now it seems stupid. You know, that seems crazy, you know?
Totally.
Yeah, she's a nut and the best.
She's about. Did
Yeah.
you ever do an artist project or want to?
That's a funny question. I was in a creepy
I'm
little
dying to
family
answer
band.
this.
I was in a creepy
Oh
family
wait,
band
I
when
did
I was
know
a kid.
this. Yeah.
But when I moved to town in 28, I was like, absolutely not. Like I had enough of
Creepy.
that. I had enough of selling things. Did you? Were you ever like,
oh my gosh.
Are you still? Is it in the back of your heart at all?
It's not. It's not.
You're a rare one.
I think that there are a lot of people, and not, this sounds bad, but it's not. It just is like, you follow where the fruit is. And I think there are a lot of people who tried the artist thing and then it didn't work out. And so they're like, well, I'll just be a songwriter. Mm-hmm. I feel like when I write a song, even if it's something deeply personal to me, it has never felt like mine. Mm-hmm. It's never felt like this is my song. Wow. It's never been, I don't want anyone else to sing this song. I want to sing this song. It's never been that.
You never felt that?
Never felt precious over a song. And I've always enjoyed watching someone sing something on the side. Yes. I don't like being on the stage at all.
Yeah.
You are really among the very few who have this feeling, and I am certainly one of them.
Yeah.
Like even the songs where I'm like, oh my God, I am all up in there. My first thought is, I wonder who's gonna, you know what I mean? Like no interest, but my goodness, like, and it's funny too, the failing to then fall into this job. It's almost like you missed the magic of this job. Mm-hmm. If that was and that's not to say that, being an artist isn't its own magic. It certainly is. And my God, thank God for these people, because
totally,
what would we
need
do?
Them.
We need them. But like, I caught the magic of this job at the jump, and I think you did too. It's like, oh my God. So you're saying I can make art and I can go home,
Totally. I can. Yeah. And nobody knows who I am. How incredible.
I'll wait till this episode comes out, buddy.
I don't know if you know, but we are
that's
worldwide.
About to change.
Wait till this comes out.
No, this is quite literally the most adorable, niche-y podcast ever, but it's fun because you actually
I listened to this podcast.
That's amazing.
I just listened to, actually before you texted me, Laura, I just listened to the How to Break Up with a Co-Writer.
Oh God.
Oh.
No, it's so good though.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
It is so good. I'm like going through this right now and it is so practical and uncomfortable and nobody talks about it.
That's what we like, that uncomfortable stuff.
I loved it. And I loved the perspective of also how to be broken up with as a co-writer.
And how to be okay with
it.
And
how to deal with it. And how to
not let it like, because we're all so incredibly sensitive and insecure, and how to not let it like wreck you.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of being broken up with right now.
You are?
Yeah. And it's funny because like we had just like released don't crush the butterfly. Like, we had released all these episodes about it, and I was like, oh, it still hurts. Apparently,
it's still real.
Yeah, it still kind of stings. But yeah, just the thing where artists have you in stages, and
totally,
and you're just like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really weird. And you're like, what didn't we do a good job? And didn't we, it's emotional. And there's no way, you're never going to grow out of being like aware of it. I think you can grow out of being like destroyed by it.
Totally. I think too, my thing is like, okay, how do I not let like this feeling of needing to be needed? That's my biggest thing is like if someone texts me, if a songwriter, if an artist, if someone texts me and they're like, I have this title, I need you to write it with me. I'm like, you just said the keyword. Yeah. What are you doing? I'll do a double tomorrow.
I'll see you at 11 p.m.
That is like it's my like kryptonite.
Yes.
It is. And so the accepting that I actually am not needed anywhere. In not in a bad way, but like these artists, sometimes it's seasonal, sometimes it is the state of life that they were in, that I was in. I have a baby, and so it was pre-mom duties when I could go and spend weeks on the road or whatever. It's like, it's just different. It's in stages. But yeah, I have to like, that's my hardest thing is being like, okay, so-and-so doesn't need me anymore. And also too, like, I don't need so-and-so. Because that's right now I'm going through, I'm breaking up with the co-writer. But like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm good in and of myself. I don't need this person to write good songs.
Yeah. I'm proud of you. Because it's actually, I think people, it's funny. I'm reading this Neanderthal book about old, the way humans were a long ass time ago. And it's funny how much similarity this book is to just like, I was like at the baseball field with my son and I was like, oh my God, we haven't changed
at all.
It's all so similar. I don't even remember now why I said that, but it is exactly the whole like, I don't need you, but it's okay that you don't need me. And like all those exchanges are very frontal lobe is my point. Like they are very like, you have to make decisions to be okay with those feelings and being okay knowing that you've grown out of someone. I think there are lots of people who don't want to contend with the frontal lobe part that says, I have to do something about this. I think it's really easy to just be like, it's just once a week. It's fine. Or I only see them, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like hurting their feelings, or I don't feel like da, da, da. But it's like, in your career, you have to evolve. I mean, you just do. And that doesn't mean that they're not good either.
Absolutely.
It means that there isn't magic. And like our job is to kind of like connect with the magic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I think too, there's just some like where there are seasons where it just makes sense more. And I think too, like you know, they always say like you rise with your class. Mm-hmm. And which is wonderful. And also there are going to be some classmates that maybe get held back a couple years or, and we'll catch up. I'll catch up with you when we get to college or whatever. And so that's kind of like the thing I'm in right now of like, for me, I think being like a mom and a wife and having like friends who are not songwriters and having like a life that's not songwriting.
Healthy.
I think I'm like, okay, what's worth the day not being with my son?
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
It's either got to be, I told my publisher, I was like, I want my calendar to be 50% heart days, 50% fill my heart days, 50% fill my wallet days. And if you can get both, that's like extra credit. And that's like what I think merits.
That's really smart.
Merits like a day away from him because I don't want to be away from him.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely in even, how old is your son?
He's 2.
2.
Ooh, 2 is fun.
So our house.
And exhausting. It makes me tired
God.
just thinking about
just
it.
thinking on it.
Yeah.
But
mine are 11 and 12. And I have twins that are 11. And I am literally like, they are too much fun right now to the point where I'm like, it's getting harder to leave because I'm like, what am I missing? And we also tutor them at home. So they're not at school from like 8 to, 5. Like a lot of kids are just like constantly at school. They're home like right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could be doing fun stuff with them right now.
I know. Yeah. I'm also aware. It's like TikTok, I don't care about you anymore, Mom. It's like coming. And so right now it's like snuggles and huggles and like all I want to do is be there. But like it does get kind of harder, and you're absolutely right to question what's worth your time. And I'm glad you have a publisher who's going to like go there with you, especially as a woman, to be honest, because I think these are conversations that are just going to hit different as a woman. I think they're just going to hit different. They're harder to have, I think. They shouldn't be, but I think they are just across the board. And yeah, there's only a few of us.
Oh, yeah.
Holding it down. And the American Songbook book needs us to be there. So I'm glad you're, not being like, peace, I got a 2-year-old, because the balance is what's up.
Uh-huh.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I was scared. When I got pregnant, I was so scared that I was going to, this sounds bad. This has always been my baby. The songs have always been my babies. And I was so scared I wasn't going to care about it anymore. But in like a weird way, it makes you care about it more and less, like at the same time, kind of, where you're like, okay, I love this. I need to be smart. I need to be intentional. I need to be, my time needs to be, my time needs to have a point. Like, but also this could all go away tomorrow and this is not it.
Right.
This is not it. Like, it is incredible. And it is the fact that we start like we're writing alone in our bedrooms and then this is our job and we get paid for it is so stupid.
Absolutely.
Like it's so it is so ridiculous.
Exactly.
But also like it could go away tomorrow and I go home and that's the thing.
Did you know songwriting was like a thing when you were a kid?
No.
When did it occur to you that it was a job?
When I got my first job, when I got my first full-time job. It's so funny. I actually worked like on the business side for a couple years before switching.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked for Red Light, which is like a management company.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked for Dirks Bentley's manager. I was her assistant for a couple years. And that was like kind of the first introduction into like, oh, this is like songwriting. This is how publishing works. This is, okay, interesting. This is how songs are getting pitched to managers and to artists. And so I worked for Red Light for a couple years and then I switched and I worked for Capital Christian, which is like a Christian record label. And I worked there for a year and a half. And it's so funny. I met Carrie Kay. She worked at this Christian record label also.
No way.
This is so funny.
That's wild.
Yeah, she's a songwriter as well. And we worked at this record label together and she had been a songwriter and then she was working A&R kind of like part-time for the label. And I was like, oh, I think that's so cool that you were a songwriter. And she was like, well, you could just try it and see if you like it. And I was
Had you written a song yet at this point?
Kind of. I had to do like a senior thesis when I was in college, but it was like, it just didn't connect.
Yeah.
It didn't connect. It wasn't like, it was more for like an assignment. Yeah, it was like, this was an assignment.
Huh.
And so, in 2019, I started writing songs.
Oh my God, that was so recent.
Well,
that's awesome.
It feels like it has.
I'm sure it feels like a long time ago.
2 decades ago.
That's very quick, Lauren.
But
that's
I just started writing songs in our apartment in Antioch, and I was like, it kind of was a little bit of like an oh no moment where I was like,
I love it.
Oh no. Like, oh, I really like this and I have a good job and I have health insurance and what do I do?
I think I'm just going to throw all that out.
I was like, what do I do with this? And so I was like, okay, like, I guess I'm just going to try doing this. And so I kept my full-time job and like felt so sneaky because I was like writing in private. I was like writing like on the weekends and I was like taking paid time off to like go have coffee with people and eventually like my bosses found out.
You got sniffed out?
Yeah, they found out. And so I had to take like a course, like I had to take like an HR thing, like a
like
conflict
ethics,
of interest, like a conflict of interest thing. And I failed the test. Because I was being
that
honest
was the
on
first
it.
sign.
Oh
I failed it. I failed the test and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this professionally, but I think I'll maybe regret if I don't like try to do it. So I quit my job and then COVID happened and
great timing.
COVID happened.
Love it.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to double down and I'm going to write with anyone who will write with me. And I was doing Zooms and it was
a tough time to launch.
It was
weird.
What a tough time to try and launch a career.
For real.
For real. Yeah.
In the same token, though, like, it was a time when you kind of couldn't do anything. And so your failures were small. It's like
interesting.
Everyone started baking bread and like writing songs and like live streaming and whatever. It's like so many people sort of were experimenting with stuff.
OnlyFans. We were all trying everything.
Yes,
you know what
exactly. And I mean, to this day, I'm doing great on this. But yeah, I mean, it's like it was a weird time where it's like, well, nothing's going to actually work. So like, screw it. Let's try it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like survival of the fittest, I think. I think it showed a lot. I think it showed Nashville, like, who really wants to do this and who's, and a lot of people started quitting songwriting to sell real estate that year.
I'm going to jump around briefly, but I also think this is interesting because I think we're in another one of those moments. Like COVID and AI are kind of mirroring like the whole survival of the fittest approach. So real. Like I remember going, I'm going to write every fucking day and I'm going to write every day on Zoom. Every day. And I did. And it was terrible. But I got cuts. I kept getting cuts. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to. And there were so many people who are like, I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. And there are lots of people who sustained the blow and came back when we all came back. And that's great. But there were a lot of people that were like, this isn't what I signed up for. And it's like, it fell off, you know? And I do feel like AI, we're going to have a similar experience with AI where people that actually enjoy this art form by way of actual using your brain are going to keep doing it. And then the people that lean so heavily on a button that says songwrite, you know what I mean? I feel like those people are going to lose their edge and everyone's going to sniff out that they're just clicking. Do you know what I mean? And then those people will be like, oh my God, I atrophied my way right out of a job. I do think there's going to be a version of that. It's probably already happening.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I'm also curious, Tracy, on your opinion of it.
On AI?
Yeah.
Great.
With what you
pivot.
do.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's fast. The good news is I've always said that you can have a computer do your investment plan. I've always said that.
You have.
Because it really is, the only thing I bring is ideas and thought and knowing somebody more deeply, which I think is where it relates to y'all, is how does AI know an artist? How does that entity actually know an artist in a human way?
Totally.
And I think there it is. That to me is the similarity, is where advisors are going to have to go more and more. This has been happening for decades, by the way, because it went from we're selling stuff, hey, buy this stock. This will be a great stock, in the 20s or whatever, to now we're selling mutual funds or whatever. And the whole industry's been moving toward advice and sort of comprehensive for ever since I started. My dad's best advice to me was get your CFP fast, be a planner. That's exactly what I did. And I think it's moving good advisors. It's going to do the same thing you're talking about too.
Weed out the people.
It's going to weed out people that are like, oh, I've always put my value in picking the next best stock. That has never been it.
Yeah.
It's dealing with humans and how they relate emotionally to a market.
Yeah.
And how to walk them through. AI will never be able to walk a human through the emotional roller coaster of a market, to me.
And you could mirror the same sentence as a song. Like an AI will never be able to walk an artist through the emotional experience of the day they're having.
Yeah.
Period. Because AI is things you've learned behind real time. Songwriting is real time. Songwriting is a real time art form. Yeah. It excites me because I've never...
Have you had people use it in the room?
I'm sure. I can only assume. But it's mostly producers that are doing it probably before I walk in the door. And, let's be real. Some of the programs pre-AI, they are essentially gathering other people's art and serving it up to us as though they created it when really it's just that they found it.
It's like so-and-so's guitar riff. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, that's essentially, it's not the same thing, obviously, but in terms of songwriting, I'd say it's about the same. It's like they found the sound. They didn't create the sound. I've never found any idea that didn't come from my brain. I'm not looking anywhere else. And I know you're doing the same only because I know your work, and I can only assume from your appreciation of the art form, it just sounds boring.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds so boring to be like, what's a great idea? Like, I don't...
What is a great title for today?
So dumb. It bores me. So for me, it's about boredom. I'm not about to bore myself, especially at 46. Like, what am I? I'm just putting myself in the grave. Like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? But if I was new... So dangerous.
See, I always get worried because I remember when TikTok was a new thing. That makes me sound like Meemaw.
No, I mean, you're the youngest one here.
Yeah,
We all remember.
But I remember when I was like, that'll never be a thing. People are not going to get record deals off that. That will never. And now, my, how I was wrong.
Mhm.
Right.
So it's like, there's like a fine line in the back of my mind between like, okay, how do I accept that this is like probably the new thing and using it as like a tool, but also not like depending on it and also not being like the old crotchety person in the room. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because there is like, I have seen people use it in the room. I've seen producers be like, hold on, let me just put this through Suno really quick. Or let me get I don't like my vocal on that. Let me get an AI vocal on that.
You know, when you say that, I want to correct my answer to have I seen people do it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
As a sort of like a petri dish or a test, absolutely. Ending up on records, ending up on the source, like the actual idea of the song, that is a different thing.
Totally.
But to your point, I mean, people are going to use it, and I probably will hopefully land somewhere like one notch to crotchety. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
One notch. I'm going to be, I don't want to be all crotchety and nothing else. I do understand that time will evolve things, but I also think taste is a big part of our job. And
it's
I don't know, pendulum swing. They
both
just
of
do.
my boys are young, 18 and 23, and they're super into new music. I'd say like electronic-y stuff. What they love, the people they admire are sound designers. Not the packaged stuff, but the guys that are making their own sounds. They say this to me all the time, and I don't understand.
I don't even know what that is.
That's writing back in the day.
It's like when I think about it, I think about the original Moog. If you remember the analog Moog and twisting knobs to make a certain sound. That's what I imagine. I don't actually know what it is. Because I tell them wooden strings, I understand. What you do, I do not understand.
But to be honest,
but it's design. It's actually
it's
like a new sound that they've never heard before, and they're trying to find it instead of just having a package like a splice, just sort of land. And they admire people that are great sound designers.
How interesting!
Like
I've
Skrillex,
never
I think is a
even
good.
heard of that.
I don't know.
I think the reason is because they're using young people language to describe what music making was in the 50s.
Yeah,
they're
like
just saying
playing a new bend and a
something,
guitar,
and they're making sounds and they're creating sounds. I mean, thank God for the youths, because they are appreciating something that, again, your ear. I mean, humans are so funny. We're gonna get tired. Our ears are gonna get like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. And they'll do exactly what your sons are doing.
They'll go to the created sound, not the...
Some hope for the future, I think, is a trend that I have noticed. Whereas, like, you think of the boomer. Sorry, boomers, but you just happen to be the pariah of our time. Boomers who we think of as being like the most set in their ways and crotchety about like get off my lawn, the world is changing too fast, whatever, are also the ones who can never tell the difference between AI and not it, right?
That's so true.
Yes, that is so
accurate.
And the most savvy about the slop are the kids, right? Like
they hear it.
They hear it, they see it.
Or the videos or whatever.
Yeah.
I fall for it.
Right. So it makes sense to me that like your sons would be appreciative of the people who are bending the circuits and plugging in the things and experimenting and being thoughtful about the process and all of that stuff. Like, yes, like side by side, what sounds more real, a sample of a violin or someone trying to mimic a violin with a machine or with like a synthesizer, right? Which is like sort of what those early synthesizers were designed to do, was to be these like facsimiles, approximations of real sounds. But people are trying stuff, and what makes them sound cool and interesting is the weirdness between what they're trying to emulate.
In my head, all of the hope in what you're saying and your sons, which there's hope in what you're saying.
Yes.
And there's hope in my kids too. Like my kids are very tactile people. Like I have them doing tactile things on purpose. And when they're around their peers, and they see like
Mm-hmm.
the stillness and the boredom and the mind suck of just a phone, they're like, ew. Like and I don't know whether I did this or whether they're
That's so good.
but it makes me so happy. Like all of their friends are like, not all of their friends. There's several friends who have phones. They don't have phones. They have watches so they can like talk to their friends, but I don't want them anywhere. And they're 11 and 12. Like I am the few, the proud, the Marines holding out here. On, you know what I mean? Like I'm holding out. I'm sure 13 will come around, and I will at some point have to give in here.
Well, there's that new law that Australia
love it
just banned social media.
Let's freaking go
until you're 16.
Wow.
And
that was my favorite headline of the last,
I think it's incredible. I think it's like, I think genuinely every single person in the world will be like, I think that's a good idea.
That's a great decision.
Yeah. I haven't been on social media since December. I just don't know if I'll ever go back.
I'm in a cleanse right now too, where I don't think I'm going to go back. And it's funny. Hello, Songwriter Soup listeners.
Oh,
I don't know if
on
you've
social
noticed,
media,
but I disappeared. I'm trying to literally just like put out our little things and then get the hell out of here because I don't want to be in there anymore.
Yeah.
I heard someone say on a podcast that it should be like fast food, like something you indulge in very sparingly, but shouldn't make you feel good afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I feel, I like that.
I like that too. I have a very young friend. She's 27 and she's one of my best friends. And it's bizarre having a best friend that is 20 years younger than you, but truly one of my very best friends. And she said, not being a part of that particular thing is like an act of resistance. It's like it's actually like rebellion.
Cool.
It's counterculture
like,
for sure.
Let's fucking go. Like, and all of a sudden it incentivized me more to stay off of it because I'm like, my young, adorable 27-year-old friend said,
this is cool.
that this is, and there's something in it where I'm like, I'm totally going to succumb to that. Like, that's going to incentivize me more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
God.
And too, I think like, some people, they use it in their mind. It's not good for me. Yeah. Like if you like it, great, go for it. For me, my thing is like, I'll get on there and I never feel, I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so is killing it.
Yes.
Like, I'm the only songwriter not on this record. Oh, I need to be taller and and I should cut bangs and then I do and it looks terrible and I'm like, why did I get on social media?
No, I think you're right. And you're smart plus we have children.
Totally. That's a whole other thing. It's such a time suck.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm on board.
I have an addictive personality too. It's like something I'm very, very aware of like if I can get addicted to like Candy Crush and like Diet Coke, if I ever got something actually dangerous, I would be so done.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like
someone told me I'd be a really great heroin addict.
Totally.
One time, and I was like, I don't know how to take that, but I bet it's true.
I know. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Where I would be like, you'd see me on.
I would kill it on heroin addiction.
I would be. Yeah, I'd figure out a way to get that. I would figure out a way to get my money for it. Yeah.
Well,
I still get that.
I'm going to circle back to you, even though this was a delicious conversation, actually. I like
heroin and
heroin, all of the good stuff in the world.
I've got to say,
please go.
I cannot let, this is so good. I've heard a great classic dad advice this past weekend from a friend of mine in Birmingham. He was just sharing with me, I had my boys and he had his daughter there and we were talking about just kid stuff. And he goes, you know what I tell my kids sometimes? I tell them, that crack addict, he finds a way to get crack.
Totally.
Like when you wake up and you're having a bad day, like, so addictive personalities aren't the worst thing.
It's really just the direction.
How you channel
it.
Dude, right?
The songs, the cuts are our crack.
Yes.
They're our heroin.
You just channeled.
We're going to find a way to get it.
And you'll run through a wall to do it. And,
I love that.
And we, at some level, we all have got to run through a wall on a daily basis. And
I love
it's just a neat way to frame it. I love that you compared
the songs to crack
because it's real.
It's so real.
And it's
I
funny because
like a shirt.
It's weird because I feel like you're the second or third person to compare songwriting to drug addiction. Like I feel like Shane McAnally compared it on his episode, and Jesse Frazier was talking about, and it's true. It's like a bump.
Well, you
just want the bump.
You have to do it, I think, because it's so stinking hard, and the odds are stacked.
But it is like there is big. And Laura, I know you know this feeling. There is, and I truly like. Besides my husband and my child, I will preface that because I don't want them to be self-conscious. The feeling in the writing room, I think like when you're a verse and a chorus in and you're like, oh my gosh, this is something. I don't know if there's a better, I truly don't know if there's a better feeling in the world.
I fully agree.
It is just
I feel like it's like, I think that's why we so often say things like, this isn't fair. This isn't fair that we get to do this. And
but that's the feeling. That's the feeling. And like, it is, I feel the longer I do, the more when that happens, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to like, I just need to like enjoy this. Because you don't know when it's going to happen again. But also it is like the best feeling.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
32.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been at this for like 12 seconds and you're already killing it. That's crazy to me.
It's very
2019, it's crazy to me that that's when you started writing songs. That's whooping ass.
Well,
speed-wise, to have already had a hit and have so much favor in the community. Like, I can't tell you how many times you've come up on this podcast several times.
Oh,
you have.
I'm like which episodes?
No, I'll tell you.
Just kidding.
I was thinking about it today because I think Jordan Reynolds was talking about how jealous he was of Topher.
Oh,
like literally just going like, oh my God, I would have done anything to sign her. And oh my God, he got in there and like he was just being silly, but also like, you are so revered so quickly.
Sweet.
I mean, it's not sweet. It's true. You know what I mean? It's really true. And it's so neat to think you hauled ass. I mean, that was so fast.
Well, I do like I take it very seriously. I really do. Like I genuinely, I am such a control freak. And God has a funny way of giving you the job, putting me in the job where you couldn't have less control.
He has a sense of humor.
He has a sense of humor. He was like, you know what would be funny? I'm going to take this girl and I'm going to take this job and I'm going to match them together. But I take it very seriously in the sense of like, okay, what can I control? I can prep ideas. I can't control if they will bite on any of these ideas, but I can control. I'm going to go listen to their last record and see, okay, what's a sentiment they didn't touch on?
Right.
I can go, I can go to a show and see like, okay, this is what the live set needs.
Yeah.
Is this. Or it's those type of things where I'm a very type A creative. I like showing up to a party without bringing an hors d'oeuvre or something or a title or something. And that is my control freakness being like, okay, I can do this. I can't control, like there's been days where I'm like, okay, I have an upbeat idea prepped. I have a slow beat. I have a kind of left of center. And then we get in there and the artist is like, I want to write a song called Beer. And you're like,
you got it.
And you're like, okay, I'll pivot.
Ready.
Okay, cool. Oh, I love that. I've never heard that before. I love it.
Well, you sound like a publisher's dream because
a publisher's dream and a publisher's nightmare.
I'm sure.
I think I think Courtney Allen, God bless her. God bless. She is equally as neurotic in the other way, but my mind, it just doesn't stop, which is amazing and terrible for a publisher.
I feel like you are definitely a songwriter.
Yeah.
The way you're describing it just sounds like so many people we've had in this room. And so it sounds like me, it sounds like so many, but the thing that you said that I'm like, this sounds like a publisher would just be like, oh my God, she's already doing it. Fabulous. Like something my publisher is always trying to get the roster to do is to like go to the shows and
right,
and I'm like, I'm good. Like I am such
here's the thing
that's a
about
pro
it.
hack.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna I will fall into the show. I will go I will go like on a bus run or a weekend or something, and I'll watch the entire show though.
Right.
And
I
I'll watch
do too, and I'm out there,
I'll watch the headliners, and I'll watch the opener, and then I'll watch the first of 4. I'll watch the whole thing and be like, okay, interesting. This is the whole. This is like what's missing, or this is what's connecting too, because I think going and seeing the live show again, like I said earlier, like I'm just emotional. I like the slow. I like to sit and lament and like, you know what I mean? And create fake scenarios in my head while I'm listening to music. I just like that. But it's interesting. You go to a show and you're like, people want to dance and people want to like.
That's the part I'm talking about. Like when I tell you that Mike Molinar would give anything to get me to, acknowledge that. Because sometimes I'm like, I do what I want in the writing room. Okay.
Well,
like, and sometimes I'll do whatever, but he needs me to see the research because the listener is the end result. And I've done it over the years, but it's reluctantly every time.
I also do think though, and this is like my 2026 thing.
Ooh.
I had a meeting with Missy Roberts, who I love. She's a publisher over at Universal. She's incredible, but she was telling me she works with Chase McGill, who's brilliant. And she said, I told Chase, and she was like, I'm going to say it to you. Because he was turning in these like incredibly heartbreaking, perfect, beautiful ballads. And she said, I told him, if you can figure out a way to take this and make it up tempo, you will be unstoppable.
Okay, wait. Stop there.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
Well, because break first. Okay, I have a question about it.
Yes.
Tucker Wetmore, who we talk about constantly on this podcast because we love him. He's just wonderful. That sounded like it was written as a ballad and someone tempoed it to the tuned eye. It's a perfect up tempo. But am I wrong?
But it's sad.
How did you? Yes. Did you write it slow, or was it written with that level of bopness to it?
No, it was written. Well, it was not my idea.
Okay.
It was Matt Roy's concept.
Love him.
Yeah, he always comes in. He's like one of the.
But he is the saddest among us in terms of wanting to write ballads. So again,
totally. And me and him in the room.
Right. How did it get up tempo? Is the question.
Literally is the question. Who was in there going?
Let's
Matt Drag.
Okay,
Drag.
well now,
Totally.
It's all making sense. Go on.
Yeah. So it is like, and this is the beauty of co-writers.
Yes.
It is truly the beauty of co-writers because that song was me, Matt Drag, Matt Roy, and Michael Tyler.
Okay.
And
it's great.
It's a great,
what a fun room.
What a fun, weird room.
Oh, truly.
And if it was just me and Matt Roy, that song would have been slow.
It would have been a wrist cutter.
It would have been slow. Totally. But I think if that room would have just been Drag and Michael Tyler, it maybe would have been tempo, but maybe it would have been a pause. I don't know.
Well,
it could
the
have just
idea wouldn't have been there, right?
The idea wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
So, it just is. That's like the beauty of co-writing.
Truth.
Is Drag is going to have a track that we're all going to not be able to resist. You just can't. It's like candy. You're like, oh.
And his energy match. He was on the podcast as well. His energy matches his I tracks.
Love him.
He's so fun.
He's so strange.
I know. I love him.
I just love him. But yeah, it was like the perfect kind of. It was Missy Roberts' thing of like, if you can figure out how to take something sad and put it to tempo, that way it still feels like you're saying something. And maybe you are still saying something, but also
you
like
can move to it.
People can drink and dance to it.
Yes.
So
it's such a trick and so
it's such
fun.
a trick.
And pop does it so well because they just do it so well. It's just like something. Do you go to LA much?
I went one time last year and I loved it.
Okay.
And I thought I was going to hate it.
Yes.
I thought I was going to hate it, but I loved it.
Yeah. It's really fun writing out there. The freedom is different. And you're also a magician out there with words because that's not typically their area of expertise.
It's such a different. It's almost like Nashville writing, but opposite.
Yes, and if there is mutual respect great things will happen. If there is questioning other people's people who come from here to LA and don't revere the sounds they're making, they're going to ruin their day. They're going to be like, oh, all you care about is the sounds. It's like, bitch, yep, listen up. Their sounds are really special. And then equally, if you're out there and they're like, the words don't matter, which I have been told before to my face. And I'm like, you're wrong. And they'll cite examples of like, songs that made no sense. And I'm like, that's fine. But that's fine.
But get a different
get
somebody
else.
songwriter in here.
Because that's not going to be my air. You know what I mean? But mutual respect makes incredible things happen when those two entities are in the room. It's not surprising to me at all that you had fun.
I had so much fun because it is also the things that I feel are not my strong suit in a room. Instrumentally, I'm not. It's like I can play 5 chords on the guitar in one picking pattern, and I can play block chords on the keyboard, and that's it. But you don't even have to play an instrument,
Yeah.
Like they already probably have something on the computer already made.
Ready to go.
Totally.
Yeah.
And melody is king over there. And they're all so good at it.
Yes.
And it's something that I'm like, that's not my first instinct. Melody is not my first instinct. It's the concept and it's the word. And it's great because they're like, girl, you're from Nashville. You can write all the words in the song if you want. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's my literal dream. Just write all the words. Oh, amazing.
Done.
Make them fit in this melody. That's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved
puzzle.
it. I was like so shocked because I had so many people. They were like, you're not going to like it out there.
Well, again, I will circle back. If there's no mutual respect, it is misery. Because if someone's questioning the way you approach songs the whole time, you just get discouraged and you want to go home.
You shut down. Yeah.
And it happens in both directions in both cities. When they come here and there's a lack of mutual respect, they don't like being here either. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's very interesting. It's like it's with everything. Stay curious. I mean, it's the same shit, same lessons in every area of life. Stay curious, be excited about other people's toolbox and see what comes out. But yeah, that's why.
Do you feel like I feel like a lot when LA, some of them when they come down here and you get into the room with them and maybe it's just there's no artist, they're like, okay, let's write for Morgan Wallen. I wonder if they just assume everyone in Nashville knows him and can call him and be like, Mr. Wallen.
I
have a brand new song for you.
You're gonna love it.
They do the same thing we do when we're out there.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. They come here and they're like, I know how to do country, and they want to cosplay our thing, and then we go there and we want to cosplay their thing. And
I'm
again,
like, yeah, can you get this to Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Can you call her up?
It just happens. And it's also when they say that, and honestly, Morgan Wallen takes outside songs. So that's at least they're, it's worse when they're like, I want this to be for, Maren Morris was the one for me that was just like, guys, she's not taking outside. Like it's never happening. If you're not in the room. And how many times people were like, I don't know, maybe Maren Morris. And I'm like,
oh, this sounds like a Maren Morris song.
And I'm like, it might, but she doesn't give a shit. She's never going to give a shit. That's not how that goes. She wants to be in the room where it happens, All that to say, it's just so funny because I spend so much time in both places. Both complaints are legit and both non-complaints are legit, if that makes sense. Like they work when they work and they don't when they don't for the same reasons.
How often do you go out there?
I probably once a quarter. Last year it was way more because I was working with Jessie Murph so much and I was just out there at her whim, essentially. Now I have time limits, kids. I have time limits. I can't be out there. And, that happens even, if fucking Adele wants me to be somewhere for too long, I'm not going. Like I have my, my areas like where I'm okay. Like I don't, as much as it sounds fun, if someone can't accept that I have limitations, then that's going to have to be, because I'll get replaced. And that does happen. It happens. I want you to know it happens. Like it's weird to even say it because I feel like people think that it's because they're new or they're not as well known, or it's not. You're replaced if you say no. And that is the fear of every songwriter. It's FOMO city, and I totally get it. But I think it's the wrestling with that it's okay if you're replaced. That's the hardest part, and also the land of opportunity. Like, you can actually like feel freer going, it's okay. You go work with someone else. Try it. See?
Yeah.
And because in a lot of ways I'm like, try it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, you're not gonna find something, that's this brand. You will find something different, but you're not gonna find this brand of co-writer, because I'm a one and only, and I sit in that with confidence.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're not gonna write great songs.
Yeah.
And I have to accept that. But every time I've heard a song where I'm not on it, I can hear myself missing. Do you know what I mean?
That. Oh my gosh.
I can hear like, oh, that screw wasn't tightened.
Uh-huh.
Or like, oh, wow, I would have never written that. Sometimes it's a compliment to the song. There's a song that comes to mind. I'm like, I would have never written it with this one artist that I work with all the time. And I was like, I would have ruined that song.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. Like, I have to be like, it's okay. I can be proud of myself and my singularity, but I also need to accept there's opportunity everywhere.
Yeah.
How does that hit you when you're in those moments? And I know you're in
earlier
stages, so it hits different.
Yes, I feel like right now, my biggest, I guess, like, hurdle right now, the biggest thing where I'm like, oh, this sucks, is you do come up with like a class of songwriters, but also like a class of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And when the artist that you've invested in, and then they start getting, it's like then all the big shots.
Yep.
The people who have, way more under their belt than you do, see the talent that you've kind of like, oh man, I've been on this before.
You saw it
before
first.
Deals, before record deals, before
Mm-hmm.
management, before tours, before buses, before brands, all this stuff. I've been in the trenches, and I think it's like getting to a place where it's like, I'm trying to be like, you know what? What a compliment that these huge hit writers like something that I saw so early. That probably means I can trust my gut if I see something early on and be like, this is something special.
Mm-hmm.
I can trust the like spidey senses of like, hey, that person's probably going to be a big deal.
Yes.
And taking it more of a compliment than, because like I even think about, I think about Eric Church, and I think about Casey Musgraves, and I think about Miranda, and I think about their early stuff. And it is like, people will always be like, oh man, I love early Casey.
Yeah.
And
you're like, that's me, in
yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I want to be
Yes.
where people go look at the credits, and it is, it's Shane and it's Brandy, or early Eric Church. It is Casey, and it's like these very, and Luke Laird. It's like these very early things where it's like, man, they saw something so special.
You're saying something really potent that I want to break open a little bit. Shane McAnally, we can both agree, legend.
Dude, he's so
Brandy,
good.
legend. Luke Laird. These are all people who, if they're not in the Hall of Fame, they're going to be, what I mean? Josh Osborne.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were Casey Musgraves' right hands for several hands for a while, right? Record 1, record 2, Golden Hour. Everything changed. She wanted to work with Daniel Tashian and Ian Fitchick, and most of the record and some of the demonstrative highlights of the record were just Casey and these two new guys. They were not new, but I'm putting it in quotes because those people that I just mentioned are such demonstrative legends. You know what I mean? They're like legends. And at that point, those boys were just kind of touchy-feelers. You know what I mean? Golden Hour was rewarded with, I think, definably one of the best Grammy, you could want, is Album of the Year, all genre. That's a crazy thing to happen on a country record, particularly one with no like radio airplay.
Totally.
Like, it's crazy, right? I want to say that it would be healthy, I think, for everyone to realize that Shane, Brandy, Josh, Luke were like, hey, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And they had to feel like and some of those songs, like Natalie, there's just a couple songs on there that they ended up on. But honestly, the majority of that record was Ian and Daniel. I wish I could like phone Shane and be like, "Were you upset?" Because I think the answer would
be like, "Yes."
And I think that should sit like cozy on our hearts. Like, of course he did, but that record wouldn't have been made, and it was a perfect record. And for that reason, I'm just saying it affects every stage. And
it also, though, like her new stuff, she's circling back.
Exactly.
It's so that I think like you can either be butthurt and burn a bridge, or you can be like, wow, okay, I love the songs from this era of this artist that I worked with. And two, I think it's okay. My thing is like, I love the album and you're like this too, Laura.
Yeah,
you are albums. Like someone asked me one time, they're like, would you rather have the hit or would you rather have 10 cuts on the album? And I'm like, 10 cuts on the album, which is like,
it's like this.
I'm gonna make way less money, but
shaping the story, right?
Stupidest decision. But you are where if you're on a record, you're typically on a ton of tracks, and I love that. I love the
art making part.
Yes, and I just love it's like you're getting like knee deep in there. And I love that. It's not just a one-off day, which we all have those too. But like, I love when an artist is like, I'm making a record and and I need this song on the record. And I need to write this song and I need to write this song. It's like genuinely it is my favorite thing in the entire world.
I agree with you. And I feel the same fulfillment. It's so hilarious because that is sometimes the least lucrative thing you could do for your career.
Totally.
But honestly, it's so fulfilling and you're absolutely right. I think I want to mention Don't Crush the Butterfly, the episode. Hello again. The episode, because this whole circle back thing is a big part of this job. Like not burning the bridge. What did you say? You could get butt hurt and burn a bridge. I'm like the triple Bs.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't be a douche about it.
Yeah.
Just let them fly and maybe they'll return. Maybe they won't. But like, artists have every right to experience their art in any way they please, and being hurt, or I mean, honestly, being hurt, you can be hurt privately, but like, don't bitch about it.
Totally. Also, too, an artist having something take off without you does not hurt you. Like, it does not like actually hurt your career. It actually helps. It actually helps.
That's a great point.
It actually helps. Like you maybe didn't write the song that took off, but if you wrote 9 songs on their last record, those are going to have more visibility than if they didn't have that song without you.
Speaking of TikTok, because we live in a world where at random, some old fucking song can just reappear on the actual chart. Like the actual airplay chart. That is something that happens now. Yes. Like, that's a beautiful thing that songs, and plus it's also about this community. I mean, I don't want to be like too like hippie dip about the whole thing, but it is so fun watching this community have success because there's so fucking few of us. And I love competition. I know you love competition. Type A is a real fucking thing. But like, if it goes so far as to like, being bummed when somebody else wins, it's just like it's hurting you.
It's icky too.
It's icky.
And there's like, I think too, because there are so few of us like girls too.
I know.
There's like a weird thing where I think like the female artists are also very pitted against each other.
Oh, they sure are.
They really are.
They really are. And we are too. Smaller ways.
In smaller ways. I also feel though I feel like the female songwriters are pitted in the sense of like, oh, if Lauren's in there, then we're not going to put so-and-so in there. They won't let us write together.
Which is really weird.
We're
only allowed to write pitch songs.
Totally.
Because there's too many females.
So, Lauren and this other female top liner do the same thing. It's like, actually, we don't at all. And, just because we're both girls, like at similar points of our career doesn't mean we do the same thing.
And really, I like shout out to the publishers who are doing their best to try to make songwriting rooms have like some sense to them. But like, and also I understand the more numbers means the less percentage of the song, but take a chance, my guy. Like,
Seriously.
put a couple of ladies in there. You never the fuck know what could happen.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I love y'all's generation. There's so many of you guys.
Oh, well, I feel like the girls kind of in my class of the female top liners, I actually feel like there's not a weird competitiveness with us. Like, I actually think there's like a lot of like, dude, you know, Tranny Anderson is incredible. Lydia Vaughn is incredible. Joy Beth is incredible. It's like more of like, they're awesome.
Yes. And you guys are just not snitsy. Neither were we. Jessie Joe Dillon and I have always been like, yeah. Like, we've always been for each other. And I feel like there was a decision made. We were like, absolutely not. There was like a hands in the middle about it. I'm like, if they're only letting one of us through, we better be fucking excited about us when we win. And I don't think, like, I'm trying to think of when girls were really snitsy, because even like the Love Junkies, that's the generation before obviously they're like fucking thrilled for each other. So maybe it's just not real.
Oh, maybe it's not.
Just a thought.
Yeah, maybe it's just not real.
Really come
maybe
full
it's
circle.
not real.
Maybe it's not real.
Maybe we actually are, you know, the U.S. skating team. Who's the team just recently? Fuck. No, I fucked it up. Oh yeah, the ice skating girlies. They're so excited for each other, and like the hockey girlies and everybody. Like, I feel like they're figuring it out in sports how to just be like, no, we're not doing this. And maybe it's just because we're awesome and women are incredible.
I will say too, like, I think a massive amount of how people feel about this, like, competition sort of bad vibes for, say, women or any sort of like group within a given umbrella. Perception is a massive part of it. So like the perception that we're being pitted against each other, there may not be something as organized and systemic as like somebody pulling the strings like, yes, these two will never be in the room together. And it really betrays like the sort of like social fabric biasy sort of all that kind of social conditioning stuff. But like when it gets onto like an individual level, you guys don't have anything between you that is keeping you apart necessarily, but it's a sort of, you know, we've sort of just slow walked our way into this. Well, this is kind of how it is. There's only one girl in the room ever.
I mean, that's it. That makes a lot of sense.
And it's easy to sort of point it to like, well, they're not going to let us do that anyway. So why would we even try to build this kind of thing? But perception is a powerful drug, and it can be toxic and weird, and calling it out is, I think, a really important thing to do.
Completely agreed. And I just think there's nothing more obvious than how much women are excited for each other right now.
Totally.
It's just quite obvious. So any perception, like to your point, is just maybe just not real.
Maybe we just made it up. I like that. It's true though.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You probably didn't make it up, but I do think it's easy to narrativize something that may not actually have a driving narrative.
Yeah. It's just a rut that gets deeper because you just keep running in it.
And society's not trying to fix it for you. So, you know, but conversations like this.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's the same when you turn in two songs at one time. I think this is a human nature thing, actually, now that you're saying it. You know, when you turn two songs in at the same time, which, by the way, never do that. Never do that.
Oh, I
Little
always
word
do
to
that.
the wise. Don't do it.
I'll turn in like 7 at one time.
Don't do it. Because you know what they'll tell you? My favorite one is, and they pick between the 7 or they pick between the 2. I like this one, but I really like, they're always, it is human nature to be like, this is better than that. So don't ever turn in, always go
one
like
song
day apart. Just turn in songs so that you can get some feedback about an individual song rather than just having someone tell you what their favorite is. It's a pet peeve among all of my, like, we talk about it all the time. Like my co-writers and I are just like, oh my God, don't do it, because how annoying will it be? Especially if you've, to your point, written a bunch of songs with an artist in like a sitting, you know, you were there on the bus.
Totally.
And you send them all in and they're like, this one.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I hate it. I hate it. I'm like, I don't want you. I put my whole heart into all of those songs. I'm not here to tell you which one. I'm not trying to get you to tell me which one's your favorite. I would like to hear feedback on each of these individual pieces of art.
Nice one, Laura
like
Veltz.
that.
That's good.
That's really good. I've never thought about that
Spread
before.
them out. Just spread them out.
I've got a type A question.
Get it.
For 2 type A's and maybe
and then
maybe
we gotta
4.
wrap. I gotta go.
Oh, we gotta go. Okay.
This
Quick
last
type
part,
A
yeah,
question.
totally.
How does a type A creative songwriter having success deal with money when you don't have enough time? And you're trying to stay in the creative and be a mom and do all these things.
A wonderful, responsible husband. Because here's the thing. Mickey, we actually have 2 totally different approaches to money. Mickey is a saver. I am a spender. If I have access to it, I will spend it. Which is why we give it to you. We give it to you so that we can't.
Right.
I also think though like someone gave me advice. They were like, you don't know when your next hit will happen, so be responsible with it. And I think that's a good advice.
It's great advice.
Like, and 2, I also think I have to not fall into lifestyle creep, which is like my biggest thing of like.
Do you and Mickey watch that closely?
Dude, Mickey would live in a hut with one outfit.
I have that husband.
No.
Yeah, I know.
He will wear shoes till the heels are falling off of them. And I'm like, hey, you can get like a new pair of shoes. Like, oh yeah, it's okay. Yeah. It's crazy. We just got him new jeans, and that was like a big deal.
Big deal.
$50 pair of jeans. Huge deal. But the lifestyle creep of like, okay, we need a bigger house. Okay, we need a nicer car. Yep. Okay. It's like, well, like, yeah, my car's 10 years old, but also like it doesn't have any problems. It runs great. And like, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to not like have a baby blue Tesla. Like it's okay. But it's he keeps me very grounded.
Yeah.
He keeps me very grounded. We help each other because he would never do it. He would never go on any trips.
You pull him this way.
I pull him this way.
Yeah.
He would never. Too. Yeah. He needs that too. I'm like, okay, like we don't need to be, we don't got to eat pasta or just rice for every, like it's okay.
That's as valuable. I think that role is as valuable as hey, we've got to be responsible.
Totally.
I think
because he would hoard it all. He would hoard it all and never spend and live in poverty. Have money in the bank and live in poverty. And I would spend it all on, I'd have incredible clothes and have no home.
She's going to get it somewhere or another. She's
totally.
going to find the money.
I'd have a beautiful mink coat and nowhere to live. Designer handbag. Yeah.
The coat would be your home.
Totally.
Just put little.
One of the hardest things that I've noticed recently, I've had several clients get to retirement, stop doing what they're doing, however you want to say it. One of the hardest things to get people to do is spend money.
Really?
In my role. Yeah, it's fascinating to watch, and I think we're all today exercising those muscles to be like, oh, it's going to be okay. One's going to say, it's fine, we're going this way.
Run.
One's going, no. There's that, and it's very difficult to see, especially when you finish working, when you can't just go write another song or produce another podcast or meet with another client. Like, it's like, how do you stop that and then reliably say, I'm going to spend this money?
Yeah.
Well, it's what your friend said, like you don't know when your next hit is. At the end of your career, you don't know when your last hit is. Like when it switches to like, it could have been the one that happened 2 years ago and you're just still going, acting as though you're like working. It may have already happened. So I think there is some anxiety, I think, that comes with that. That is fresh.
It's wild because it happens to y'all on a repetitive basis.
Oh, yeah.
Like the seasons, we talk about seasons. It happens to you even mid-career.
Oh, it's happening to me now. I'm constantly
dry season, and then all of a sudden, and so I'm wondering. Most of my clients are younger than me, generally, so I haven't really seen any songwriter, artist retire
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's younger than me. And I'm curious to see if you'll handle it better or worse.
I wonder.
It's quite the experiment.
Yeah.
I think only time will tell.
Yeah.
But I think too, like what Mickey, my husband, and I, what we're trying to do is be wise. It's just be wise.
Yeah.
And like not blow it all on something and invest it where we can, and have like a good balance of like, okay, we still need to be driven enough that we need to make money. We need to, that still needs to be something. But also, if we can set ourselves up in a way where, when we're 50 or 55, if I want to, Tom Douglas it and write once a week or do, like that, that will be okay.
Yeah. 100%. Well, you're in the right hands because
I know he's pretty good.
He knows how to do things. It's great. Lauren, you're a treasure. I absolutely loved having you.
Yes,
I would have if this had lasted twice as long, I just would have been like, let's keep talking because I like talking to you. But thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate all of the wisdoms that you've bestowed upon our listeners. And yeah, you're just smart. You're going to be here forever. Like you're going to be a staple in town, and I know it. You've been, again, I'm shocked. You began a few short years ago because you're just already a fixture. So. So glad you're here.
Thank you for asking me. I loved it. It's so fun.
Keep doing you and just kicking ass. It's so fun to watch.
Thank you.
All right, Kevin.
Do the things.
A comment?
Sorry, that was a freeze frame. It was like an 80s sort of sitcom vibe. Subscribe, comment, share.
Questions.
Questions.
I actually have a pretty stout list. We need to get back to our Q&A.
Oh, boy.
At some point.
We are going to.
We need to.
Don't you worry.
We will.
All right.
Well, all right. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
See ya. Thank you.